Alright, so we got Ajax all wired up and tested. We're going to do a reveal on them later. But as you can see, there's some pretty complicated wiring here. So we need to talk about how to reduce the complexity of getting this wiring in. And here's something where we got to reduce complexity. We've got now an SMD in that nose light. We've also got one in the cab and a cab light. So since the headlight is connected, it's a series of 3 lights. It's 3 SMDs. We're using the white wire for headlights on off. The yellow wire is going to the beacon. But what we need to do is we've got to find a way to reduce this complexity. Working with the jewelry wire is great because it holds the shape. But now we've got a wire, we put the top on and we've got a wire and connect those things together. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the complexity by building work pads. We're going to build work pads. All right? And what a work pad is, it's a little piece of PC board with a gap cut in it that we can solder to. Every time we add a pad somewhere, we can reduce the complexity and we can make making connections way easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a pad here. We're going to put a pad there. We're going to put a pad there. We're going to put a pad there. A bunch of pads so that we can connect all these things by going pad to pad instead of trying to join 2 pieces of jewelry wire and bend it and everything, get it the right length. We're not going to do that. We're going to put a pad in. All right, so I'm going to make a pad and I'm going to goop it in there, and then we'll look at it in just a second. Okay, so I got some work pads in here. Let's take a look. Okay, now here's my pointer here. You can see I've got this front one soldered to this pad, these pads, solder pads. So when I put the roof on, it's going to be easy for me to bring down the one wire that goes here and then the one wire that goes out and goes on its way. It'll be easier to put it in right there. Now, I've also got one down here. This is the beacon. The beacon will come down right here, go to this pad, and then his wires will head out from there. Then I've got one for the cab light, and I've got one for the headlights. Okay, now that makes it easy, and I've got them in both these guys, so that when we do this kind of stuff, now this guy only has one, Ajax only got one headlight. So putting these pads in makes it easier. This looks complicated, but it's really not. It's just layers. And that's all there is to it. So now when we put this guy in, when we put the top on, okay, we can solder him to the pad. Power comes in, goes to that guy, goes out that guy, goes down to this guy, goes out this guy, and to the pad. And then to the pad back to another pad where the disconnects will be. Headlights are in these white and blues. Okay, these guys will go to a pad, and then we can solder across to the pads. That makes it easier. So I highly encourage you to think about complex wiring using pads. And they're easy to make. We take a piece of copper PCB, we take a little file and cut a gap. And that's our pad. That's it. And then we just scoop it in place. There it is.